Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Thursday, the 29th of June. Well, what a day. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for all the comments. Absolutely fantastic. I hope everybody was on. I hope everybody on that particular day staked more than me and made a fortune. However, I understand there are other people that have only just tuned in, only just subscribed. So I'll just let you know that the new subscribers and the current subscribers already know that every day is not like that. So please keep stakes to a minimum. Do I expect lightning to strike twice? Not particularly. I like the look of the horses. So for the first 40 seconds I spoke already. So if you can give me a quick like, I think the record is 60 to beat. I really appreciate it if you could just click like. It would mean a lot. So let's get straight into it. So what I've had is a 25 pence each way Yankee. That comes to £5.50. I've then had 50p each way singles. If one of those horses wins, it pays for the bet nearly via the singles. Well, at least half the bet via the singles. I've had the Yankee because obviously we've already backed them single. So this is like 25p each way doubles upwards. So let me get into it. So the first selection is Prince of Bel-Air at 17-2 in the 225 at Nottingham. All these bets are with Sky Bet due to the extra place races apart from this one. This horse ran just 2 days ago, so quite easily it could be, well, 2 days come tomorrow. Basically yesterday as I speak now. I believe that Nottingham suits horses with plenty of pace. This horse has run 3 times at Nottingham. Once it ran at all 4 race. However, I've looked at its form going into that race, and it wasn't running well anyway. But in between 2 runs, it ran the best it had ran, even though it ran a bad race. Because it ran a poor race beforehand and a poor race after. So, and the 2 times when it didn't run poorly, it won. It won on soft and it's won on good to firm. Well, it's currently good to firm, and I live in Nottinghamshire. And it's raining. It's not bouncing, it's just raining. If it's currently good to firm and the track is a mile away, which it isn't from my house, I would guess it would be good. I don't quite know how much rain they've had, but I expect it to be no worse than good, unless it hammers down overnight, which I don't think it's forecast. So, Prince of Bel-Air, I watched them over the sprint course at Nottingham, and it's like a roller coaster. It's like little humps and hollows. Or it's a little bit like, I think Catrick's similar. Well, I backed a horse and it came nowhere in one of my bets in the last few weeks. And it didn't handle the course one bit, and it was like shocking. So this horse, unlike many of the others, has ran 3 times and ran, apart from once, really well. So it's definitely going to handle the course. Will it like the recent reappearance? I don't know. It's been turned out very quickly. I don't see why not, to be honest. It's got Alice Bond clearing 7. She's okay. Nothing more than that. So that's the first selection. The second selection is another front runner. It's Spirit Catcher at 8-1 in the 320 at Newcastle, paying 4 places instead of 3. Joe Fanning is down to 8 stone 7 for this horse. It's ran once, I believe, on the all-weather at Chelmsford. So it's had a taster of the all-weather. I don't think it's the same surface, but I'm not bothered about that particular bit. It's by chance anyway. We need a bit of luck. So I think it'll go straight to the front. And I think Charlie Johnson's just beginning to hit a little bit of form. He also seems to be running pretty well. Not all winning, but all running generally pretty well. I think it could be hard to catch. And it should be straight down the centre and hard to beat. Definitely, I think it's got a cracking chance of getting a place. The third selection is Don't Want Me Boy. At 22-1 in the 355 at Newcastle, paying 5 places instead of 3. The wife of Sylvester de Souza bought this horse just before it ran last time, and it went up to 1 mile 2 furlong. I believe it was at Yarmouth, and it hated it. It had been a bit in and out. It had ran an okay race, or definitely a race good enough to place in this one, and it's ran some stinkers since. It's definitely inconsistent, but I'm a massive fan of Alice Haynes, and I do believe the friends, Alice Haynes and Victoria de Souza. But I'm sure she would like to give a friend a winner or a place horse, or certainly a horse that can possibly eventually win. I do think this horse will. I don't get why they're travelling apparently 4 hours and 11 minutes from Newmarket to Newcastle when there's this track's far closer for a horse that potentially is no good. So they're travelling 4 hours for a poor race, poor prize money. So what's it all about? I think there's an angle where it could run well. Is it nailed on? Nowhere near. So the fourth selection is, Mailing Head Sea Rovers. Mailing Head Sea Rovers at 15-2 in the 5 past 5 at Newcastle, paying 4 places instead of 3. And just give me a second because I've actually forgot why I went for this one. 5 past 5 at. As you can see, there's no script. Who needs a script? You just need patient subscribers to wait while I just scroll. Right, yeah, that's it. So it's trained by John Wainwright. I know you can't see this properly. It's trained by John Wainwright. There was a massive improvement in form last time. It's by Zoffany. Zoffany's love soft ground and it was heavy that day. So that could well be a reason for its improvement, or it could have just improved anyway. However, its racing post rating was 68. Its official rating is 61. So that shows me that it's an achieved, how I go about things, it's achieved a rating that's above its handicap mark. So potentially it could be well in. However, it's not. It's still a question mark because it was expected to improve last time because of the soft ground. It travelled really well last time, and I think it's got a decent chance in a dreadful race of at least snatching a place. So, as I said, we had a cracking day the other day. Please keep stakes to a minimum. I'm really liking the look of Newcastle's card on Saturday with a Northumberland plate. I've already picked a bit of an outsider, but I don't think it'll get in the race. So, as I said before, if you can give me a like or a subscribe, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'm not on the cadge, but as you know, I use flat stats. If anybody is flush, like I am at the moment, but I paid for a few myself, if you want to donate a coffee, which is £5, I think it is, this goes into the fund that I use for flat stats. You're under no obligation, and if you don't, I shall still probably occasionally use it anyway. If there's money in the kitchen, if there's a fair amount, I shall probably pay for a month. So, as I said, you've absolutely no need to make any donation. It's purely if you want to. I'll still occasionally use flat stats. I can use a fair amount with a free version, I'll be honest. So yeah, this doesn't go in my pocket. It just, it does, but originally I pay for flat stats in the first place out of my own pocket. So it kind of reimburses me. So anyway, I'm not asking for donations to me. It's for the flat stats kitty. So anyway, I'll have a look for Friday's racing. Not convinced yet, but that's everything for Thursday's racing. So if you could give me a like or a subscribe, as I requested at the beginning, I will really appreciate it. Let's hope for exactly the same. I tell you what, just imagine if one of those non-runners had actually ran a place. Would have been laughing if it would have ran a place. Well, anyway, never mind. By the way, if them 2 other ones would have won, it would have been 19.5 grand, but they probably wouldn't have won. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.